Hello, welcome back. My name is Literally Dead, and today is the brand new season, season 32 for King God Castle. And with every new season, they have a new battle pass skin, and this time it's Shadow King Kain. Quite possibly the edgiest of the edgy designs. Anyways, let's unlock him. And done. Alright, let's check it out in the barracks. I think the sprite is his weakest part about him, but it's still good, you know what I mean? But the effects for his ability, like the smoke effect that follows him, is top tier, to be honest. It's sick as fuck. Anyways, allow me to read the description for you. I see the fading of your light. Behold, my shadow shall engulf you. Bro, that's just so edgy as fuck. Anyways, it's also the Northern Monster Festival event, and they added 2 new skins. Elf Nira, kinda cool, kinda basic, and Iron Fist Gidno, which is really cool, and possibly his best skin now. Don't worry, you can also get the past skins for Northern Kin Lyca, Bardry the Queen of Melody, Nine-Tailed Fox Yeon, Crimson Wolf Lyca, Slime Friend Mercil, Undead Agath, Vampire Kain, Frost Prison Lyca, Frozen Land Hunter Aramis, Frost Tribe Brahawk, Frost Tribe Lily, Blade Claw Kain, and Void Punisher Chung Ah. You can also get a higher chance to get Ophelia and Kain in the Scroll of Blessing. Alright, well, I'm going to do Chapter 6 and also Chapter 8 to really show off the skin. The team doesn't really matter much, it's just a solo team, but I will be using the Blood Relic and the Mage Relic, and I'll explain why later. And while I'm doing that, let's talk about some other changes for this season. Alright, the first thing I wanted to mention was Raid. After Season 32, Alliance Raid is reorganized as just Raid. According to the notes, Alliance Raid needs Alliance to participate, but Raid doesn't need Alliance. And that's some poetic shit right there. I'm about to get that tattooed on my arm. Anyways, first off is personalization. You can play Raid without an alliance and get rewards without entering an alliance. Alliances can still compete with each other. Their ranks are determined by the sum of the highest scores of each alliance member. Next is simplification of forming troops. Before it took 10 rounds to form, now it's 5. Divine Power on building troop stage has now been deleted. And you can store troops in a troop inventory until 15. And I'll be honest with you, I don't think I fully understand that last point. Maybe it's because it's early in the morning for me, and yeah, my brain is kind of turned off right now. But if you know, could you just let me know down in the comments below? Thank you, and I appreciate it. Finally, the reorganization of boss battles. Before, it used to be 4 bosses, now it's going to be 2 for the raid season. You can choose the difficulty of the raid bosses, and the start divine power for each troop is fixed to 10, and continue the raid with other troops until done. Honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about this update. I liked how raid was before, but you know, we will just have to see for ourselves if this is actually a good change when raid season actually comes out. Okay, next up is hero balancing. Yeon's ability wave hit count went from 2, 3, 4, 5 times depending on tier to 3, 4, 5, 6 times depending on tier. Basically, it's 1 more time. They also changed her level 8 buff. It used to be a +1 hit with her ability. Now, up to 2 waves of her ability can be on the battlefield at the same time. Yeon wasn't using her skill unless the previous wave remains, so the base mana option was very inefficient for Yeon. Therefore, they merged the level 8 potential to the base skill, and they added a new level 8 potential to operate 2 waves at the same time. This means she basically gets a super good buff, which is good because Yeon was kinda struggling and needed this. Great change in my opinion. Ren received a 14% HP increase. Ren is super strong, especially with her potential that receives mighty blocks. But now there are many kinds of multi-hit attacks than before. This means that mighty blocks, the value of mighty blocks for Ren has decreased. To make Ren's ability better and her durability better, they gave her more max HP, and I think that's a good change too. Ian received another nerf, which is hilarious. The guy will be nerfed every single update, and I'm living for it. Anyways, he received a 20% HP decrease. Ian is currently showing versatility in a variety of content. Among Ian's advantages, the part that attacks enemies within the range is going to be maintained, but the durability is going to be lowered. Basically, they want to maintain usage in evasion and reduce usage in arena. I think this is a good change. Ophelia gets a 37.5% spell power increase and a change in her ability. Before, she would target the enemy with the highest spell power. However, now she targets the enemy with the highest tier. Finally, with her level 8 buff, she increases her spell power by 50% of the spell power she reduced. However, she had to be at full HP. I think that was a little too restrictive because now they changed it to be at least 70% HP or higher. Ophelia is designed to weaken and attack opponent's key hero and survive itself. However, Ophelia is not only difficult to use for key heroes, but it has also not been used significantly because it doesn't have enough stats to perform her role. So they changed her skills target, increased spell power, and made it easier to use her level 8 potential. In my opinion, it's a good start, but I don't think this will change the fact that she kinda sucks. I think she still needs like an HP increase, but we will see. Next up, Altar Relics got a change too. Utility of Altar Relics gradually decreased as other relics were added, and I think they're no longer used as much. More diverse strategies will emerge through the addition of new effects of the 6 Altar Relics. Let's talk about them. First up, the Light of Glory Relic for the Altar of Heroes. The effect is a 5, 10, 15, or 20% chance of additional level up when using the Book of Power. The Hammer Ablaze Relic for the Altar of Blacksmith. The new effect is a 6, 9, 12, or 15% chance of additional tier up when combining equipment. The Bloodstained Sword Relic for the Altar of Blood. The new effect is a 15, 20, 25, or 30% chance to negate the destruction of mighty blocks. The Guardian Helm for the Altar of Giant. The new effect is upon a normal attack, it deals damage equal to 5, 10, 15, or 20% of max HP to a 3x3 range, and the cooldown is 4 seconds. The Corrupted Holy Grail Relic for the Altar of Mage. The new effect is a plus 10, 15, 20, or 25% MP to 2 heroes with the highest tier at the beginning of battle. And finally, the Black Golden Ring for the Altar of Greed. The new effect is that you pay 3, 2, 1, or 0 silver to refresh the Wandering Merchant shop once. I think this is a good change, and it will probably help make these relics become, more useful in teams. Good change. Alright, well that's about it. Let me give you my final thoughts. The Kain skin, it's good, I like it. Nothing really crazy, but I think it's pretty cool. I'm not sure about the raid changes, but we will see soon. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Hero balance changes are good too. Usually stuff like this I like, and I like what they did with the Altar Relics by giving them an additional effect. Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe, and if you do, Kain will stop stalking you in the shadows. Oh, you didn't realize that Kain was currently watching you in the shadows? Oh, well, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but he's been there, and he's been there for a while now. So maybe if you subscribe, he'll leave you alone. But that's all I got, so later.